Hi, welcome to week 2 of Introduction to Distance Education. I just wanted to introduce and contextualize the 2 YouTube videos that you're going to watch in the Explore phase of this week's module. You'll see 2 videos by Dr. Grant Wiggins, who, along with his partner Jay McTighe, have written a book called Understanding by Design. It's about 25 years old now. It's a seminal work in education and curriculum planning. And one of the things that you'll hear Dr. Wiggins talk about is this Understanding by Design framework, which speaks to thinking of your long-term goals and then building your short-term teaching plans backwards from those goals. You'll hear Dr. Wiggins talk about kids and K-12 contexts, but rather than allowing that to distract you, I want you to think about the applications for our work, which are, of course, quite vast. One of the things that Dr. Wiggins will pose that I'd like you to think about as well is if your course were a movie, what would be the tagline on the poster? Or if it were a story, what would be the moral of the story? And that's sort of going to guide how you begin to think in a backwards way about how to design your course. And then in the second video, Dr. Wiggins will continue to build on these ideas of determining your long-term educational goals for your students into building short-term plans, trying to figure out what it is that you're going to teach in order to meet those goals and how you're going to teach it. He's going to make a somewhat controversial claim, and I want you to think about whether you agree or disagree, and that is that it's the instructor's job to make the content interesting, accessible, and relevant to all students. So I want you to think a little bit about whether or not you agree, if you would agree in a K-12 context but not in higher education or adult education. Did you feel as a student that it was the instructor's job to make the content relevant and engaging for you, or did you think that was your responsibility or some mix of instructor responsibility and student responsibility? You'll also hear Dr. Wiggins use the term transfer, which is a term that you find in the education and research literature. And it means the ability to take what was learned in one context and translate it into a new and unfamiliar context. And it's really sort of the gold standard for how we know that students have learned something is whether or not they can transfer it. So you'll hear him use that term, and that's just to give you a little bit of context around the definition. If at any time you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to email me, or you can text. My phone number and email information are on the syllabus. So enjoy the 2 YouTube videos, and then you'll have an opportunity in the practice section of this week's module to use the ideas that you learn about in the videos and also the voice thread that you'll watch to build your own backwards design course. Good luck.